Greg, this is your face-on video comparing you to Jason Day. You're hitting a driver, he's hitting a long um, iron. But I looked at your 6-iron swing, and it's about the same thing. About the it looks about the same. Anyway, so if you look at the right one only, um, I recommend you get especially with a driver, a little bit larger stance. They recommend the inside of your foot should be aligned with the outside of your shoulders for a driver. It's a little narrow there, and see how these yellow lines are more vertical. His are kind of pinched in. It just gives you a better base and actually a longer flat spot in your swing. I can describe that later. So you take it back. This is a pretty good swing. I'd cinch up that grip. Remember, we want those knuckles almost touching. That V looks like it's pointing in the right direction, but I'd like to see your index finger and thumb closer together. So the takeaway looks pretty good. You're kind of wound up here in that position. He's really doing it with the shoulders. See his shoulders moving quite a bit, and you're kind of picking it up with your hands, especially now, kind of picking up with your hands. So your shoulder's not moving that much, and you never really get it quite behind the ball. You can see that right shoulder. So I'd like to see more of this action, where the shoulder's driving it. See, when the shoulder stops, that's the end of the backswing. See how his right shoulder disappears. This is the top position for him. Now there's a little bit of camera movement, but see how that right hip goes back, and yours really doesn't. So you haven't got that right hip back and kind of wound up on that thing. That's really those are the two things we want to work on. Actually, there's one more thing, but it would be a stance, get that right hip back at the top, and then when you come down, everything looks pretty good. When you come down, you get this weight shift, and see how you get that upper leg pushed towards the target that's out of the box. And it should be against a stiff left post. See how Day comes in, and he doesn't get it outside the box, and then he hits against a stiff post like that, and you've got kind of a mesh thing going on here. Yeah. So I'd like to see that. Now, on your driver, your head's moved in front of the ball uh, um, a bit. With your iron, you move in front of the ball, maybe 5 inches. So that's a problem. You're kind of doing a slide by. You got to think of more of a rotational movement, like you're swinging in a barrel. See his head. You can see the yellow X actually goes back. I'm not recommending that, but there is a little camera shift, but it's definitely not going forward. So I'd work on a steady head. That's the thing on the downswing, and swing in a barrel, and over time we'll get you to get that left hip out of the way a little bit better. And then when you come through, yeah, hips in the way. So you end up with a little kind of short arm there, chicken wing, but see how he ends up with both arms straight. You can't tell it. I can tell it from the back. See that left arm is kind of bent. It's bent through impact. So you're losing some distance there in accuracy.